As President Trump directs massive cuts across the board, employees at the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard are worried about what that will mean for them. Thanks for joining us this hour. I'm Brian Yukono.
And I'm Amanda Hill. Maine's senators toured the campus today. News Center Maine's Chris Costa is in Kittery with more tonight. He joins us live. Hey there, Chris.
Well, Brian and Amanda, during the tour, they spoke with the Secretary of the Navy about the importance of the exemption from that civilian hiring freeze from a few months ago. You remember Senator Collins and Senator Shaheen had sent that joint letter to the Department of the Navy asking that this shipyard in particular be exempt. They say that that's important because otherwise they're going to lose expert workers who would basically have an incentive to retire early. They say during the tour, all of them met with workers from the yard. Senator Collins says that the shipyard's in the process of overhauling 2 Virginia-class submarines, eventually working on a 3rd. And she said that that in general will help the enormous backlog in maintenance that the Navy has. They also talked with the Secretary about expanding shipbuilding throughout the United States. Obviously, Bath Iron Works, part of that discussion. They say that's important in terms of holding or maintaining an advantage over China. But Senator Collins warned the U.S. Navy's fleet of submarines is already starting to fall behind that of what China is able to create. We also asked them about tariffs, right? Steel and aluminum, the parts that go into fixing the submarines here at the Naval Shipyard, different than Bath Iron Works where they're building these things from scratch. They agreed that they need to keep an eye on the tariffs because obviously those costs of the materials will have an impact on how much it costs to build these machines. But again, they said that the impact as far as that cost will be a little less here at the Naval Shipyard in Kittery. Senator Collins did want to highlight the workforce here. She said right now the shipyard has about 6,800 employees currently. They're hoping to grow that by almost 1,000 employees in the next couple of years. She said that for the first time in many years, the shipyard actually met its hiring goals and had a high retention rate. Here's what she had to say.
The shipyard has about 6,800 employees currently, and the projection out into the future is that that number would grow by almost 1,000 workers to 7,700 employees. So the future of the shipyard is very bright, and I think the Secretary was, as Senator Shaheen has said, was very impressed with what he saw.
Now, while we had a moment, we did want to ask Senator Collins about the Title IX lawsuit from the U.S. Department of Justice that came out yesterday. She reiterated a statement that she had put out on social media a couple of days ago, saying she believes trans people deserve the utmost respect. She also believes that the intention of Title IX is that, in her words, biological males should not be competing against females. However, she added on top of that, she does not feel that the state should be losing federal funding over this. Again, all of that wrapped up in court cases that'll take some time to figure out. Brian and Amanda, we're live in Kittery tonight. Back to you.
All right, Chris, thank you.